Actually, which is your better side? Do you want to swap?
You're better on this side.
Get the good side in. Right, first Q&A I've ever done.
Sorry, I actually wanted through that. You want to start that again? I was off the slip.
So we got two here. One's when did you properly get into skiing and when did you start ski racing?
I got into ski racing when I was 4 up at my local dry ski slope. My parents dragged me up there so that I could be quite good before we went away skiing, and then I fell in love with it and started dragging them up there so I could go and practice.
I first started when I was 6, put on skis for the first time. Pretty sure it was at Bracknell Dryslope. So one ski holiday each year, and then started on Dryslope racing when I was about 9-10 years old.
I started at 6, like Jai to go on a family holiday, and then started racing on Dryslope probably around 10 as well, and on snow when I was about 13 or 14.
What skills have you learned on Dryslope that you're still working on now in the World Cup?
Basics. Never stop the basics, always do the basics. But obviously on Dryslope you learn how to be pretty fast on the flat. So
yeah, generating speed.
Generating speed with the ski.
What technical differences are most recognisable when skiing in snow in comparison to Dryslope?
Jai, coach?
Coach Jai.
On Dryslope it's typically a bit harder to grip, so you can have your feet a bit further out from underneath you on the snow. These guys make some pretty big angles, so that kind of changes things a little bit.
What key skills are transferable from Dryslope to snow, regardless of the level of the athlete?
I'd say on Dryslope and Dryslope racing there's loads of stuff you can learn about skiing and sport, from things like handling pressure to being on time with inspection to knowing what it's like to have discipline and all the kind of racecraft. I mean, when you're leading the first run at Kitzbühel,
the feeling of leading a race is still the same whether you're on Pendle Hill or Kitzbühel Hill. I take a lot from Dryslope. Racecraft, tactics, the mental side's huge. I hear a lot of people say, oh, you can't ski the same on Dryslope and snow. You can, but you'd be working on different things skiing down Pendle than you would down Schladming. It's just on snow you have to learn more of the skills, more variables, more terrain. So on the flats I can directly take what I had on Dryslope to snow, but obviously I hadn't learnt how to get down the harder piece.
Factors like terrain, snow conditions
is huge.
And then you've got ruts. I remember when I first went to go out on snow, my coach on Dryslope, he said, watch out for the ruts. And I was like, what are ruts?
Yeah.
I just didn't know the concept of ruts. I'd love to not know what a rut is now. I've been through the trenches, you might say. What's your fondest memory of skiing Dryslope?
Friends, just racing against your mates, banter.
I think the atmosphere, hot summer's day, but yeah, you're kind of ski racing, which is
Bacon
strange.
butties are going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Turning up at the car park,
Generator on.
first thing in the morning,
Get the wax on.
plugging in the iron and hot waxing outside, and
Yeah.
having your trainers on, having a kickabout with a football between runs. All the kind of concoctions we used to come up with to make the skis fast, like Mr.
Yes.
Sheen.
What other sports you into? Extreme ironing.
Yeah, get your commentary slip in, extreme ironing, snail racing. You always used to get to the races really early.
Oh yeah, get gazebo up.
Always
Emily
so-
Goddard would
Emily-
always beat us.
She'd always be there before, no matter how early.
Last one for the Dryslope topic. What advice do you have for youngsters looking to make the move onto snow for the first time or first few times?
Be patient with yourself. It's not going to feel, you're not going to be the world's best straight away or in your age. Just enjoy it. It's a whole different world. Have some fun.
How does it feel to stand on a World Cup podium?
Slippy.
Proud moment. Never thought it would happen to me. In all places of Kitzbühel. Yeah, it was awesome.
And the other part to that question is, what sort of things do you have to eat?
A little bit of everything. You need your carbs, you need your protein, you need your vitamins, minerals. So yeah, a nice salad, juicy lettuce grown in the garden. Keep it varied. Try and stay away from the unhealthy, tasty things.
Yeah.
Like the chocolates and the crisps. Not so easy.
Yeah, good diet and good healthy eating habits as an athlete make a real difference, enhancing your recovery, fueling performance, helping your fitness and what's required to actually be a slalom ski racer. Have lots of fruit and veg, good colours on your plate, enjoy your food and try and stay away from the junk.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, whole foods, eat clean, train dirty.
Get nasty.
And get nasty.
And get nasty. And the third bit to that question is, also, do you know Callum Henderson? He's my coach.
Galdo. I know Caldo.
Oh, we know Caldo.
Many a day train with Caldo.
Yeah. Got one for Dave. Why did you move to Dynastar?
It's home sweet home for me. I grew up on Dynastar. I won the Europa Cup on Dynastar, so it was time to go back. It was a no-brainer for me.
And then he left me with all his old skis, so it's a win-win. Jai, do you remember Ewan from CDC?
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, skied on Fisher. Loved his slalom, worked hard. Yeah.
Tom Hudson, do you miss BSA? Definitely missed BSA. I was at BSA for 9-10 years.
There's some furniture that was there a bit longer than you were there.
Yeah, he's called Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm sort of picked me out and helped me on my way, and yeah, a lot of good memories there. Did a lot of skiing there. Definitely miss it. Dave, do you speak sometimes with Jansrud about Liverpool? And is there any other World Cuppers on the Liverpool side?
I always speak to Jans about Liverpool, and well, everyone supports Liverpool, don't they? So.
Got one from Sam Allen here. Pretty cool that you have Ali and Tristan back from BSA. Did you ever have Tristan as a coach when you were at BSA? I did have Tristan as a coach when I was a wee nipper. This is just what sticks out. We used to do a human slalom, and I just remember he used to go so close to me, standing there in this human slalom. I'd be so scared. But yeah, it's good to have those guys from BSA.
Okay, Ashley would like to ask Dave, how much training do you have to do a week, and how much of that is actually on skis?
When I'm away, it's all on skis with a little bit of conditioning as well, so that's probably about 5 days of the week. But at home, if I'm doing physical training, it's 6 days a week. Finish the week off with a good 5k park run blast, and then put the feet up for Sunday. Watch some footy.
Sunday roast on, hey Joe?
Sunday roast, yeah. Can't be a Sunday roast.
I've got a question for Laurie. Were you nervous coming up into the World Cup slalom team?
I was actually, but they seem to have accepted me on board as a rookie, taking me under his wing.
Not very big wings. Chicken wings.
Brings me up to my next question. They all seem to have something to do with your biceps, Jay. Would you care to elaborate on your fitness regime?
The other guys keep sneaking more and more gates into my bundles, so they're getting heavier and heavier. I've seen them do it. And there was a lot of shoveling last year, so yeah, heavy bundles and heavy snowfall through January. That keeps them going.
What was it like to transition from athlete to coach?
I finished skiing, but I still have a real appetite for training. Still get really excited, when the weather's great and we're out training, and when it's bad. And I like the whole process of ski racing, so I'm fortunate to be involved with Dave and Laurie.
What's the best bit about being on the World Cup circuit?
Well, it's the pinnacle, isn't it? There's nothing above that.
Yeah, it's also cool seeing what actually goes into those performances. I think on the TV you just see a snapshot of the kind of final product, but behind these races is a lot of training, a lot of practice, and then seeing them perform under enormous pressure and bringing out their best performances is just awesome. Just gets you so fired up.
How do you go about finding sponsors?
Finding support and sponsorship's a really difficult one, because obviously you need as much help and support that you can get, but to get that you need to normally establish some pretty good results and be skiing quite well, so it's hard to have one without the other. You never know who might be really interested in skiing or supporting you, so spread your net far and wide and do lots for your sponsors, whether they're supporting you or not. Keep them informed, tell them how you're doing, send them photos, send them updates.
But what about approaching a sponsor?
Be proactive. Nobody wants to give you something for nothing. Show passion about your sport and why that people should support you.
Know what you can do for them.
Bring brand awareness.
Yeah, how you can bring brand awareness. Yeah.
And on that note, I'm off.
Right, looks like we're out of questions now, but thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and thanks Dave and Jai for joining me and adding a lot more experience. I don't think I provided much in the way of answers for that, so thanks guys. We'll see you next week.